Welcome, everybody. This is Alan with Daily Armour of God. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're all doing well. This is reading the Old Testament chronologically 111 days. We're on day 20. Today we'll be reading Leviticus 20 through 25. So we're still going over the Levitical laws and ordinances and statutes. And there is a lot. We'll be honest, there is a lot to it. Just imagine if you were back in this time and you had to keep all these, right? And during this time, it was obviously very, very, very strict. And if you failed, which pretty much everyone did, then you would have to do animal sacrifice, which is hard to do. It's literally hard to do, no matter how you look at it. Number one, you have to sacrifice your own animal or buy one. So that's money out the door. And then you have to kill it. A cute little animal without spot. It has to be an animal without spot, meaning no imperfections or deformities. So, you know how cute little lambs are, little goats. They're so cute. Just imagine having to slit the throat of one. But if you didn't, well, you'd have to pay for your own sins if and when you died in hell. So, um, when you compare, I know you can't really compare, but if you were to compare living then and living now, we are truly blessed that that God sent Christ to die on the cross for us, that we can, by faith and grace, through grace and faith, to have trust in Him, trust in the blood. And that way we can be saved and have salvation and not have to go through so much like works, essentially. But anyway, uh, yeah, it just makes you appreciate what we have today when you go back and read and see how it was. So, um, let's continue on here. Leviticus, blah, 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 blah. Leviticus 20. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Again thou shalt say to the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed unto Moloch, he shall surely be put to death. My people of the land shall stone him with stones. We talked about this slightly yesterday about what that means, giving your seed to Moloch. Basically, Moloch is the devil, and it's literally sacrificing humans, babies. So it's very serious, obviously. Um, and we find out that unfortunately the children of Israel do sin, and they fall into this horrible abomination because they do not listen to God when God told them to wipe out the nations that are in the land, because they will defile you. And they do. They get defiled. They start marrying into them, start mixing, intermeddling, and intermingling, and they are brought away from God. They are. That's why even in the New Testament, it talks about not being yoked to the world, not being yoked to unbelievers. It's because if we as Christians are with or around people who are not, like, we have an actual relationship with them, not just like being around them, but an actual relationship with them, either friendship or otherwise, they will eventually rub off on you, either draw you into their sin, tempt you with their sin, or convince you of their sin at some point and in some way. And they will lead you away from God, down a path that will lead you away from God. So, um, it's very important that we grasp that. So, um, that we grasp that whole concept of not being yoked to the world, not being yoked to unbelievers. Yes, we need to go out and give the word, give the salvation to unbelievers, but the Bible says that we shouldn't be part of the world, that we shouldn't be yoked to them, meaning if we give them the gospel, we move on. We don't have to like linger in that relationship. So it's very vital when you're in a relationship that you pick a partner who understands where you're coming from, God and the Bible wise, and uh, preferably one that uh, is another fellow Christian, because that way you both can support each other in God, right? instead of one being at odds against the other. Um, it would just be, God wants us to live our lives for each other, but also for Him. And the best way to do this is to have a partner who is on fire for God as well as you, so you guys can just burn together brighter and better for the Lord, and encouraging each other and support each other the way it's meant to be. So I kind of got off on a little rant there. The point is that these people are warned here of God not to give their seed. Pass through the fire means literally put them in the fire as a burnt offering to the devil. It's very, 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 very um, an abomination. There's no other word for it. A severe abomination. So, I mean, I can't even imagine that. And then there's you could literally do another Bible study on this topic right here. And that kind of leads into Ishtar, which is Easter. And I'm not going to go into that Bible study right now because it's a very deep dive. But if you look up the origins of Ishtar or Easter, it has its origins in paganism and in this, where they would, around the Easter time, I'll just make it very short, right? Around Easter time, they would have these wild parties and do all this sort of sinning. I'm sure you can imagine what I'm talking about, fornication, and for the purpose of conceiving. And then 9 months later, around Christmas, is when they would give birth and immediately offer their sacrifice to Molech, aka Satan. Yeah, it's sick. Once you get deep dive into it, it's sick. So just be aware of that. Some of these holidays that we know have origins in paganism. Now, if you celebrate one of these holidays and you don't know about this, that doesn't mean like you're a bad person or you're going to hell or whatever. It just means that you didn't know, and also God knows our hearts. So even if we do celebrate these holidays, God knows what we're celebrating and what our hearts are thinking of when we're celebrating. So, for example, Christmas, are we thinking of only presents and food? Or are we thinking of being together with family and showing our love to our family and being together with family? Um, and, is our intention, oh, let's just decorate and have a bunch of decorations and Santa and all this other stuff? Or is it, I am celebrating because of, well, Jesus and also family. And that's another whole Bible topic about when Jesus was actually born. But anyway, I am getting off topic here, so let's get back on topic about the whole giving your seed to Molech, which is very, very, very just an abomination. So I will set my face against that man, and will cut him off from among his people, because he hath given of his seed unto Moloch, to defile my sanctuary, to profane my holy name. Yeah, it's a very serious issue for God. I mean, look here, stone him. Set his face against God will set his face uh against him. That's not good. I mean, obviously, you don't want God to set his face against you. And if the people of the land do any ways hide their eyes from the man, when he giveth of his seed unto Moloch, and kill him not, then I will set my face against that man and against his family, and will cut him off and all that go whoring after him to commit whoredom with Moloch from among their people. And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits and after wizards to go to a whoring after him, I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people. Sanctify yourselves therefore, and be ye holy, for I am the Lord your God. Um, it's very, very important that if you've already read the Bible and you know what's coming, it's very, very disappointing to see um, that they fall into this sin over and over and over again. Literally, this exact sin. Um, and it just shows you how much power the devil has, how much power the world has to draw you away to to commit such a heinous act. Um, so, and we see that they commit this abomination over and over and over again, which is why the Lord gives them up to. We're going to find out, during the time of Judges. the Lord gives up the children of Israel to captors and to their enemies. The enemies capture them and they enslave them so many times because of their evil sin. Now, it's not just doing this, giving their seed to Moloch. It's that plus other things. Literally worshiping all these false gods and false and demons and doing all these wicked ways. Not just this one thing. It was this, but also I'm sure you can just imagine what other wicked stuff they were doing. Um. So yeah. Sanctify yourselves, and be holy, for I am the Lord your God, and ye shall keep my statutes, and do them. I am the Lord which sanctifieth you. For everyone that curseth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. He that cursed his father or his mother, his blood shall be upon him. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. And the man that lieth with his father's wife hath uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have wrought confusion, their blood shall be upon them. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you. And if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast. And if a woman approach unto any beast and lie down thereunto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast, and thou shalt surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. If a man shall take his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and see her nakedness, and she see his nakedness, it is a wicked thing. They shall be cut off in the sight of their people. He hath uncovered his sister's nakedness. He shall bear his iniquity. If a man lie with a woman having her sickness, shall uncover her nakedness, he hath discovered her fountain, and she hath uncovered the fountain of her blood, and both of them shall be cut off from among their people. And thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, nor of thy father's sister, for he uncovereth his near kin. They shall bear their iniquity. And if a man shall lie with his uncle's wife, he hath uncovered his uncle's nakedness. They shall bear their sin, and shall die childless. And if a man shall take his brother's wife, it is an unclean thing. He hath uncovered his brother's nakedness. They shall be childless. Ye shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments, and do them, that the land, whither I bring you to dwell therein, spew you not out. This is very interesting right here. That the land spew you not out. We know, if you read the Bible, again, you know what's coming. The whole time during Judges is about 400 or 500 years during the time of Judges. Then the time of Kings, about 400 or 500 years during that time. And then finally, from all their wickedness, we see them being taken captive, like a serious thing. Jerusalem is destroyed. They're taken away captive into Babylon. Tons of them are killed. Tons of them are made slaves because of their wickedness and all their abominations that they do. And that's literally what this is referring to, spewing you out of the land into Babylon for all their wickedness. And here's the thing too. It's not just that they committed these same sins and abominations as the people of the land. The Bible, we're going to get to it, but the Bible literally says they committed worse than the people who were in the land. Worse. And I don't even know how you can even fathom or imagine that, because what the people of the land before the children of Israel were doing was all these things that God just listed: abominations and bloodshed and just like Sodom and Gomorrah type stuff. And if you can't even imagine how bad that is, the Bible says the children of Israel did worse than the people that were originally in the land. That's how bad it got. And that's why they were, God set his judgment upon them, and it was so severe that Jerusalem was destroyed. All the different tribes are scattered, killed, or made slaves in Babylon. So it is just insane the amount of times they sin over and over again, commit the same wicked abominations over again, and then, you know, up until they're taken away basically into Babylon. And it's definitely, there's lots of lessons to be learned there. Not saying that you know that we are necessarily better than them. Obviously, because we're all sinners. Romans 3:23. We've all sinned and fall short of the glory of God. But we definitely need to learn these lessons rather than make them ourselves and pay the consequences for them, because there are consequences to these sins. and you will pay for these sins, either in this life or in heaven or both. So you have to be careful of that, and read carefully and look at the lessons and learn from them. Okay, so continue on. And you shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them. Abhor. It's like an extreme hatred, what abhor means. And so here we go once again. Um, the nations that were there are right now the children of Israel in the desert. They're not in the promised land yet. And so right now God's saying, the people who are in the promised land, these nations, they're so evil and wicked that I abhorred them. Hate them with like a severe hatred. That's what it is. Abhor, a severe hatred. So very important to realize that. All right, so Leviticus 20:24. But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, a land that floweth with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God, which have separated you from other people. Ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean, between unclean fowls and clean, and ye shall not make your souls abominable by beast, or by fowl, or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine. A man also or a woman that hath a familiar spirit, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones, their blood shall be upon them. Leviticus 21. And the Lord said to Moses, Speak unto the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say unto them, There shall none be defiled for the dead among his people. But for his kin that is near unto him, that is, for his mother, and for his father, and for his son, and for his daughter, and for his brother, and for his sister, a virgin that is nigh unto him, which hath no husband, for her may he be defiled. But he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, to profane himself. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. They shall be holy unto their God, and not profane in the name of their God. For the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and the bread of their God they do offer, therefore they shall be holy. They shall not take a wife that is a whore or profane, neither shall they take a woman put away from her husband, for he is holy unto his God. Thou shalt sanctify him therefore, for he offereth the bread of thy God. He shall be holy unto thee, for I, the Lord, which sanctify you, am holy. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father, she shall be burnt with fire. And he that is the high priest among his brethren, upon whose head the anointing oil was poured, and that is consecrated to put on the garments, shall not uncover his head, nor rend his clothes, neither shall he go into any dead body, nor defile himself for his father or for his mother. Neither shall he go out to the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his God, for the crown of the anointing oil of his God is upon him. I am the Lord. And he shall take a wife in her virginity, and a widow or a divorced woman or profane or harlot, these shall he not take, but he shall take a virgin of his own people to wife. Neither shall he profane his seed among his people, for I, the Lord, do sanctify him. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron, saying, Whosoever he be of thy seed in their generation that hath any blemish, let him not approach to offer the bread of his God. For whatsoever man he be that hath a blemish, he shall not approach, a blind man, or a lame, or he that hath a flat nose, or anything superfluous, or a man that is broken-footed or broken-handed, or crook-backed, or a dwarf, or hath a blemish in his eye, or be scurvy or scabbed, or hath his stones broken. No man that hath a blemish of the seed of Aaron, the priest, shall come nigh to offer the offerings of the Lord made by fire. He hath a blemish, he shall not come nigh to offer the bread of his God. He shall eat the bread of his God, both of the most holy and the holy. Only he shall not go into the veil, nor come nigh unto the altar, because he hath a blemish, that he profane not my sanctuaries, for I, the Lord, do sanctify them. And Moses told it unto Aaron and to his sons and to all the children of Israel. Leviticus 22. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, that they separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Israel, that they profane not my holy name in those things which they hallow unto me. I am the Lord. Say unto them, Whosoever he be of all your seed among your generations that goeth unto the holy things, which the children of Israel hallow unto the Lord, having his uncleanness upon him, that soul shall be cut off from my presence. I am the Lord. Whatsoever of the seed, what man soever of the seed of Aaron is a leper, or hath a running issue, he shall not eat of the holy things until he be clean, and whosoever toucheth anything that is unclean by the dead, or a man whose seed goeth from him, or whosoever toucheth any creeping thing, whereby he may be made unclean, or a man of whom he may Take uncleanness, whatsoever uncleanness he hath. The soul which hath touched any such shall be unclean until even, and shall not eat of the holy things, unless he washes flesh with water. And when the sun is down, he shall be clean, and afterward eat of the holy things, because it is his food. That which dieth of itself, or is torn with the beast, he shall not eat to defile himself therewith. I am the Lord. They shall therefore keep mine ordinance, lest they bear sin for it, and die thereof. If they profane it, I, the Lord, do sanctify them. There shall no stranger eat of the holy thing. A sojourner of the priest or a hired servant shall not eat of the holy thing. But if the priest buy any soul with his money, he shall eat of it, and he that is born in his house, they shall eat of his meat. If the priest's daughter also be married unto a stranger, she may not eat of an offering of the holy things. But if the priest's daughter be a widow, or divorced, or have no child, and is returned unto her father's house, as in her youth, she shall eat of her father's meat, but there shall no stranger eat thereof. And if a man eat of the holy thing unwittingly, then shall he put the fifth part thereof unto it, and shall give it unto the priest with the holy thing. And they shall not profane the holy thing of the children of Israel, which they offer unto the Lord, or suffer them to bear the iniquity of trespass when they eat their holy things, for I, the Lord, do sanctify them. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, and unto all the children of Israel, and say unto them, Whatsoever he be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers in Israel, that will offer his oblation for all his vows, and for all his freewill offerings which they will offer unto the Lord for a burnt offering, ye shall offer at your own will a male without blemish of the beeves, of the sheep, or of the goats. But whatsoever hath a blemish, that shall ye not offer, for it shall not be acceptable for you. And whosoever offereth a sacrifice of peace offerings unto the Lord, to accomplish his vow, or a freewill offering in the beeves or sheep, it shall be perfect to be accepted. There shall no blemish therein. Blind, or broken, or maimed, or having a wen, or scurvy, or scabbed, ye shall not offer these unto the Lord, nor make an offering by fire of them upon the altar unto the Lord. Either bullock or a lamb that hath anything superfluous or lacking in its parts, that mayest thou offer for a freewill offering, but for a vow it shall not be accepted. Ye shall not offer unto the Lord that which is bruised, or crushed, or broken, or cut, neither shall ye make any offering thereof in your land. Neither from a stranger's hand shall ye offer the bread of your God of any of these, because their corruption is in them, and blemishes be in them, they shall not be accepted for you. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, When a bullock, or a sheep, or a goat is brought forth, then it shall be 7 days unto the dam, and from the 8th day, and thenceforth it shall be accepted for an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And whether it be cow or ewe, ye shall not kill it, and her young, both in 1 day. And when you will offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving unto the Lord, offer it at your own will. On the same day it shall be eaten up, ye shall leave none of it until the morrow. I am the Lord. Therefore shall ye keep my commandments, and do them. I am the Lord. Neither shall ye profane my holy name, but I will be hallowed among the children of Israel. I am the Lord which hallow you, that brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord. Leviticus 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, Concerning the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest, a holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. And the first day ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. And the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the firstfruits of your harvest unto the priest, and he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath the priest shall wave it. And ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf an he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the 4th part of a hin. And ye shall eat neither bread, nor parched corn, nor green ears, until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days. Ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. Ye shall bring out your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2 tenth deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the firstfruits unto the Lord. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish the first year, and 1 young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord, with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord. Then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings, and the priest shall wave them with the bread of the firstfruits for a wave offering before the Lord. With the 2 lambs they shall be holy to the Lord for the priest. And ye shall proclaim on the selfsame day that it may be a holy convocation to you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of the field when thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am the Lord your God. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, the first day of the month, ye shall have a Sabbath, a memorial blowing of trumpets, a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Also on the 10th day of this 7th month there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls. In the 9th day of the month at even, from even unto even, shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, The 15th day of the 7th month shall be the feast of tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. On the first day shall be a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And on the 8th day shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day. Beside the Sabbaths of the Lord, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your freewill offerings which ye give unto the Lord. Also on the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. And ye shall take on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. You shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feasts of the Lord. All right, Leviticus 24. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, cause the lamps to burn continually. Without the veil of the testimony, in the tabernacle of the congregation, shall Aaron order it from the evening until the morning before the Lord continually, and shall be a statute forever in your generations. He shall order the lamps upon the pure candlestick before the Lord continually. And thou shalt take a fine flour, and bake 12 cakes thereof, and 2 tenth deals shall be in 1 cake. And thou shalt set them in 2 rows, 6 on a row, upon the pure table before the Lord. And thou shalt put the pure frankincense upon each row, that it may be on the bread for a memorial, even an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Every Sabbath he shall set in order before the Lord continually, being taken from the children of Israel by an everlasting covenant. And it shall be Aaron's and his sons, and they shall eat it in the holy place, for it is most holy unto him of the offerings of the Lord made by fire by a perpetual statute. And the son of an Israelitish woman, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the children of Israel, And this son of the Israelitish woman and a man of Israel strove together in the camp. And the Israelitish woman's son blasphemed the name of the Lord and cursed, and they brought him unto Moses, and his mother's name was Shelomith, daughter of Dibri of the tribe of Dan. And they put him in ward in the mind of the Lord might be showed them. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Bring forth him that hath cursed without the camp, and let all that heard him lay their hands upon his head, let all the congregation stone him. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, Whosoever curseth his God shall bear his sin, and he that blasphemeth the name of the Lord shall surely be put to death. And all the congregation shall certainly stone him, as well as the stranger, as he is born in the land, when he blasphemeth the name of the Lord shall be put to death. And he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death, and he that killeth a beast shall make it good, beast for beast. And if a man cause a blemish on his neighbor, as he hath done, so shall it be done to him. Breach for breach, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, as he hath caused a blemish in a man, so shall it be done to him again. And he that killeth a beast, he shall restore it, and he that killeth a man, he shall be put to death. Ye have one manner of law, as well as for the stranger, as for one in your own country, for I am the Lord your God. And Moses spake to the children of Israel that they should bring forth him that had cursed out of the camp, stone with stones, and the children of Israel did as the Lord commanded Moses. Leviticus 25. And the Lord spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. 6 years shalt thou sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field, nor prune thy vineyard. That which groweth of its own accord of thy harvest thou shalt not reap, neither gather the grapes of thy vine undressed, for it is a year of rest unto the land. And the Sabbath of the land shall be meat for you, for thee, and for thy servant, and for thy maid, and for thy hired servant, and for thy stranger that sojourneth with thee. And for thy cattle, and for the beasts that are in thy land, shall all the increase thereof be meat. And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of years unto thee, 7 times 7 years, and the space of 7 Sabbaths of years shall be unto thee 49 years. Then shalt thou cause the trumpet of the Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month, and the day of atonement shall ye make the trumpet sound throughout all your land. And ye shall hallow the 50th year, and proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto you, and ye shall return every man unto his possession, and ye shall return every man unto his family. A jubilee shall that 50th year be unto you. Ye shall not sow, neither reap that which groweth of itself in it, nor gather the grapes of it of thy vine undressed. For it is the Jubilee, it shall be holy unto you. Ye shall eat the increase thereof out of the field. In the year of this Jubilee shall you return every man unto his possession. And if thou sell aught unto thy neighbor, or buyest aught of thy neighbor's hand, ye shall not oppress one another. According to the number of years after the Jubilee thou shalt buy the neighbor, and according to the number of the years of the fruits he shall sell unto thee. According to the multitude of years thou shalt increase the price thereof, according to the fewness of years thou shalt diminish the price of it, for according to the number of the years of the fruits doth he sell unto thee. Ye shall not therefore oppress one another, but thou shalt fear thy God, for I am the Lord your God. Wherefore ye shall do my statutes, and keep my judgments, and do them, and ye shall dwell in the land in safety. The land shall yield her fruit, and ye shall eat your fill, and dwell there in safety. And if ye shall say, What shall we eat the 7th year? Behold, we shall not sow, nor gather in our increase. Then I will command my blessing upon you in the 6th year, and it shall bring forth fruit for 3 years. You shall sow the 8th year, and eat yet of the old fruit in the 9th year. Until her fruits come in, ye shall eat of the old store. And the land shall not be sold forever, for the land is mine, ye are strangers and sojourners with me. And all the land of your possession ye shall grant a redemption for the land. If thy brother be waxen poor, and hath sold away some of his possession, and if any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem that which his brother sold. And if the man have none to redeem it, and himself be able to redeem it, then let him count the years of the sale thereof, and restore the overplus unto the man to whom he sold it, that he may return unto his possession. But if he be not able to restore it to him, then that which is sold shall remain in the hand of him that hath bought it, unto the year of the Jubilee, and in the Jubilee it shall go out, and he shall return unto his possession. And if a man sell a dwelling house in a walled city, then he may redeem it within a whole year. After it is sold, within a full year may he redeem it. And if it be not redeemed within the space of a full year, then the house that is in the walled city shall be established forever to him that bought it throughout his generations, and shall not go out in the Jubilee. But the houses of the villages which have no wall round about them shall be counted as the fields of the country. They may be redeemed, and they shall go out in the Jubilee. Notwithstanding, the cities of the Levites, and the house of the cities of their possession, may the Levites redeem at any time. And if a man purchase of the Levites, then the house that was sold in the city of his possession shall go out in the year of the Jubilee, for the house of the cities of the Levites are their possession among the children of Israel. But the field of the suburbs of their cities may not be sold, for it is their perpetual possession. And if thy brother be waxen poor and fallen in decay with thee, thou shalt relieve him, yea, though he be a stranger or sojourner, that he may live with thee. Take thou no usury of him, or increase, but fear thy God, that thy brother may live with thee. Thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, to give you the land of Canaan, and to be your God. And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bond servant. But as a hired servant, as a sojourner, he shall be with thee, and shall serve thee unto the year of Jubilee. And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, and unto the possession of his father shall he return. For they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen. Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shalt fear thy God. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor. And if a sojourner or a stranger wax rich by thee, and thy brother that dwelleth by him wax poor, and sell himself unto the stranger of a sojourner by thee, or to stock with a stranger's family, after that he is sold, he may be redeemed again. One of his brethren may redeem him. Either his uncle or his uncle's son may redeem him, or any that is nigh of kin unto him of his family may redeem him, or if he be able, he may redeem himself. And he shall reckon with him that bought him from the year that he was sold to him unto the year of Jubilee, and the price of his sale shall be according to the number of years, according to the time of a hired servant shall be with him. If there be yet many years behind, according unto them, he shall give again the price of his redemption out of the money that he was bought for. And if there remain but few years unto the year of Jubilee, then he shall count with him, and according to his years shall he give him again the price of his redemption. And as a yearly hired servant shall he be with him, and the other shall not rule with rigor over him in thy sight. And if he be not redeemed in these years, then he shall go out in the year of Jubilee, both he and his children with him. For unto me the children of Israel are servants, they are my servants whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Okay, well, getting through these laws. We only have, a couple more chapters left, and then we'll be in Numbers, which that one's fun. Kind of dry too, but it's interesting. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you guys have a great evening, morning, noon, wherever you're at. Remember to put God first in everything you do. Have faith in Him, trust in Him, wait upon Him, and be in the Word daily, and you'll never be sorry. And God willingly, we'll see you tomorrow with more Bible reading. So thanks again. Take care, and God bless.